Hello and welcome, guys. My name's an Average American, and today we're going to be doing the Cancer Cast with your boy Antonio. Welcome
Uh,
back, Antonio. How you doing?
Meh.
Just you're keeping her going, is what you're doing.
I'm trying.
Trying to keep her going. Uh, so yeah, today we're going to be doing it a little bit different than usual. So per se, usual we'll just go through stuff like fuck, marry, kill, would you rather. Today we're going to be doing it in kind of an interview style where Antonio's going to interview me. I'm going to interview him. We're going to get different outlooks. Let's get it. Do you want to start off with me? Hello?
Okay, so are you filming?
Yeah, I am. Okay, so what were the questions?
What is your outlook on male and female equality?
Doesn't exist.
Can you
Like,
go a little deeper into it?
yeah, okay. I probably should. Like, I don't believe that the genders are actually equal. I think that's pretty bullshit of a claim, especially when it comes to, one, physical attributes. Men just have more muscle mass, women have more fat content on average and biologically. Men and women, their brains are different in gray matter and structure. But besides that, equality wise, like, give me an example of what you mean by equality.
Right.
Rights. So, when it comes to rights, I don't really think women should have any less or any more. Like, I don't believe that women should get, like, any more rights than men.
Why?
Why? Because that's sexist. If women have more rights than men, that's sexist. It's by
Do you,
definition.
no. Not more than men. I mean, just more than they have right now. Because the popular opinion is that they have less rights. Do you think that's true? And
Oh,
if
it's
so,
not fucking true at all, in my opinion.
yeah, do you believe in that?
Definitely not. Simply because they get
Like,
paid differently, simply because of they work less hours typically than men on average. Not only that, but they have to take fraternity leave, which I would think is going to affect how much they're paid, since that means a long time of no work and pay. So I think the wage gap, there is a wage gap, but it's there for a reason, and it's not just because they're women. It's because they do things differently.
just so you viewers know, I'm not going to put my opinion into it unless I am asked to. So
Okay.
I'm not into this yet until I'm asked.
Yeah. Like in my opinion, if you do as good a job as a guy, you get as paid as much as a guy. It's that simple.
Hmm.
So, next opinion, I guess.
In terms of being more helpful to humanity, which would you choose, male or female?
Are helpful to humanity. So, on this one, I might have to go with female due to the fact that they produce humans. But at the same time, the majority of people, or not the majority of people, but the majority of things done that have furthered humanity have been done by men. So I guess I'd have to go with females simply because without females there is
They,
no humanity.
yeah, and they birthed the man.
Yeah.
Okay, you asked me a question now.
Okay. What's your outlook on the argument that if something is offensive it shouldn't exist kind of argument, or if your opinion conflicts with someone else's, that other person needs a safe space?
Okay, can you repeat the question?
Okay, what do you think about safe spaces and the idea that just because someone's opinion differs from you, you should have a space where only your accepted opinions are there, such as a left or a right safe space?
Um, I mean, I believe everyone should have to hear the other person's opinion, and because I hate people who will just completely not listen to anyone else's opinion and only believe in theirs.
Yeah.
To respect other people's opinions, and I don't want people to block them out. Like, I may not agree with your opinion, but I will listen and respect it.
Yeah.
We have the same looks on things.
Right.
The thing on the offensive, I don't care as long as you're not actively trying to make people feel bad. Offensive jokes are fine as long as you're not directing them towards something, someone of that race, color, or gender.
Out of the two?
Yeah.
In my opinion, like, I don't get it when people, because there's certain facts that prove that certain, like, types of people, certain races, do things differently than other races. Such as white people rape a lot more, but black people steal a lot. So,
That's
just...
speaking. That's speaking generally.
Yeah. Generally, on the crime basis, white people have a much higher chance of raping, like white guys are more likely. You're more likely to get raped by a white guy than you are to get raped by a black person, but you're more likely to get robbed by a black person than you are likely to get robbed by a white person.
What's your point?
My point is, I don't like it when people deny facts simply because they're a truth that they don't want to hear. Because there's certain truths in life that are hard, but they still should be heard.
Yeah.
What's your opinion? Or what?
What pisses me off is when people will generalize every black person or white person as a rapist or a thief.
Yeah, but it's not generalizing at all, because what that comes from is the amount of arrest done and how it's filed that way. So it's not really generalizing, it's just counting up the numbers of black people who get caught for stealing and counting up the numbers of white people who get convicted for rape.
Yeah.
So it's not generalizing, it's more or less taking an analysis of a bunch of numbers.
So statistics.
Yeah, statistics. What are your thoughts on what do you think about the idea of people not wanting their country to become more or less, or how do I put this in a way that isn't like gonna instantly set off alarms in people's heads who are listening? Say I'll give you an example. Say the people of Mexico. If you're a Mexican citizen, say 90% of the country is Mexican, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there's a huge influx of people coming from Sudan, or not Sudan, Saudi Arabia, because for some reason, let's just say something happens there. And now there's a bunch of refugees. And you realize that all of Mexico is now, there's only the minority has become Mexicans, and the majority is now immigrants. Do you feel threatened for your Mexican race?
Huh. I never really thought about that. Or just becoming the minority of your country or place. It definitely would cause some problems, but I don't see, as long as it's not causing any major problems.
Yeah.
That's like up like the economy, just things like that.
Yeah.
If it's not causing any problems, then it's fine. But if it's like messing up, if there's a problem and it's a major problem, then I have a problem. But if not, it's fine.
Personally, I don't like it really in most of any situation, simply because we don't go to their places and we don't make it majority white. So why should they come over here? I don't have a problem with immigrants. I just have a problem with mass immigration, because then the country starts changing.
Didn't you say that what if there's a problem in that place? What else are they
Yeah.
gonna do?
Well, I don't think that running away from the problem is really a good thing to do either,
Well, what if they can't
because that
solve?
just creates more problems for other countries.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it causes problems for other countries, then that's a problem. But if it doesn't, then I'm fine.
So what
But
do you deem a
but
country changing due to mass immigration a problem? And changing, I mean like changing laws, language, and all these other things to kind of cater to the immigrants. Because in my opinion, I think immigrants should always integrate. I don't believe that if, say, a couple 100,000 Muslims immigrate from Syria right now, in my opinion, I think they should learn English and integrate into American life. I don't think I should have to learn what they speak.
if they're going into America, then and they have a problem with everyone not speaking their language or believing their ways, that's a problem. And vice versa. If we go into their country and we have a problem that they're not speaking English or teaching Christianity or just our religions,
Yeah.
and that, and we have a problem with that, that's a problem on our part.
Yeah, I don't think they. Well,
So,
what do you mean by teaching Christianity?
I mean, the majority of us is just Christians, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. There is a big majority in America of Christians. I don't think.
I'm not personally Christian, just so you guys know, but yeah.
You're a what?
I'm an atheist. I'm not Christian. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, I'm agnostic, so I'm the space in between atheist and Christian.
Or just any other.
Yeah, any other. Yeah, the space between being an atheist and being religious.
You don't know who's right, but you just don't care.
In my opinion, I don't give a shit. Like, religion causes too much fucking problems, in my opinion.
When you die, and see what happens. But in my opinion, nothing happens. You just lose consciousness.
I mean, hopefully when you die, you can still masturbate. Like, wherever you go, you could still masturbate. And honestly, I don't give a shit if it's heaven, hell, whatever the hell the Muzzies got. As long as I still beat my dick in hell. I mean, who gives a shit?
Okay. Who's asking the questions now?
I don't remember, honestly. We kind of just talked about went into religion after something else.
Okay, then I have a question. What are
Okay.
your thoughts on
On what?
religion?
Oh, religion. My thoughts on religion are pretty much, in my opinion, religion as a whole, throughout all of history, has really just been used to get money out of people who need security. And what I mean by that is, when you really look at it, people go to religion because they're scared. They go to religion because they're afraid of what's next. They're getting paranoid. And then they get sold on it. They get sold on it, and then they go to church, they go to mosque, they do whatever they want to do. And almost every single religion has this. You pay tithes. You always pay. And in my opinion, it's a business that just comforts people for the afterlife. That makes people feel like there's something more. And that comfort is worth a lot to many people.
Yeah.
But then again, that is just my opinion, looking at, religion as a whole, in what it means to be religious and such. Or at least what I've seen firsthand.
Yeah.
What do you think about what do you think about the whole mass transgender thing coming up in the last 5 years, where it's just become super in the norm?
See, I don't know too much about it, and I'm not trying to start a shitstorm.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna speak my opinion on something I'm very uneducated about.
Yeah.
I would leave you alone about it, but I'm not trying to have this online.
Yeah. I guess I can give mine, because I don't really... Everyone knows online who I am. My opinion when it comes to transgender transgenderism and all that is that I don't care if they do it. I just don't want it to be, one, taught that that is something that just happens and is normal, because it's actually a disorder called gender dysphoria. And also, most of the people who who think they're transgender at a young age end up just being gay. So I don't want a lot of like kids going out and getting this shit and then regretting it later in life and thinking, wow, I was just gay and I mangled my fucking body. And now I'm a gender that I'm really not. And that's why transgenders have such a high fucking suicide rate after transition. Before transition, they're like normal people. And they oftentimes just live the gay lifestyle. But after, they have an exceedingly high suicide rate. And I don't think that's because of how people are nowadays. I mean, it's so widely accepted, you can't say that they're like super oppressed by the masses, where everyone is just kind of pushing that whole agenda everywhere you go. One thing I did notice though, earlier today, I was watching some of my older videos and I noticed when I went into the political videos, sometimes I'll go kind of like Alex Jones a little bit. And I'll get fucking trigonated. And I'll just start screaming about a topic. Like on the Our Guns Bad video, oh my god, I remember rewatching that. I think it was like a month later, because I think my dad said something to me like, damn dude, you got real heated there. And I didn't realize it because I usually don't watch that far into my video during rendering. I kind of just watch the main first, middle, and then the end I usually don't watch. So it was towards the end, and I looked at the decibels, and it was fucking full barring at how loud I was getting. Oh god. So Antonio, do you get? Wait, what?
No, you go.
No, you go, man.
What were you arguing about, or what were you getting mad about?
Well, I was doing this thing on is Are Guns Bad in general, and like gun control, and I was looking at these posts at how uninformed, and I got really fucking angry because they were talking about how an AR-15 you can just like you could just get a collapsible or like an AR-15 without a stock, and you could conceal it and take it into wherever and just kill a bunch of people. And the problem with that is an AR-15 with no stock doesn't work. It won't fucking work. Because many people don't realize this, but when you look at an AR, you just think, oh, normal gun. You don't see that in the stock there's this spring called the buffer spring. When you fire around the bolt, how do I explain it? Okay, so when you fire around, gas is pushing out the bullet, and then there's this small tube or gas tube that goes into the barrel. That some of the gas goes through that gas tube, and then it runs all the way back into the bolt. It forces the bolt back into the buffer spring, and then the buffer spring pushes it forward, putting a new bullet into the chamber. And that buffer spring is in the stock. So without the stock, you might be able to fire one shot.
So
that,
you just manually reload?
Wait, what'd you say?
I don't know. I don't know shit about
You
guns.
you said without the stock
You have to manually reload?
Without the stock, all I can think that you could do is maybe pull out the bolt and have to pull out the bullet casing out of the chamber with your fingers. Because if it doesn't have, or no, without a stock, the bolt would fly backwards at hella high speeds because the gas is coming through the tube into the bolt. Not into the bolt, but it's super hard to explain. If I showed it, if you saw some pictures, you'd get it.
Alright.
Yeah. It's basically... Huh? Next question? Oh, yeah. So, are you gonna ask me something, or should I ask you?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say something earlier.
Nah, nah.
All right. What are your
What
thoughts having on just more than two genders? Like,
my thoughts on the more
just
than two genders argument?
yeah,
Okay, my thoughts on that argument is one, that the whole argument is based around the premises that that gender is malleable in that you can choose one day, oh, I am this, I am that. Now, if you can choose your gender, then how are women less than men? If you can just say I'm a man, bada bing, bada boom, now you have the same rights apparently. So when people argue for like women's rights and that there's more than two genders, they're literally destroying their own argument with another argument. Because if there's more than two genders and you can just pick, there's no such thing as gender inequality because you can just switch to the other gender or just say you are. Another thing to it that I just don't fucking get is that we threw out science and the fact that chromosomes are a thing, and the fact that without chromosomes you don't have gender, and people aren't, you know, clownfish. We can't change our sex instantly. We can't change any of that. Along with the
yeah.
facts, huh?
I said yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's mainly it. I just think it's kind of some bullshit that gets pushed by like very heavy like college kid like social justice warriors, as they like to be called, them feminazis, those kind of people.
Okay, then how do you explain like hermaphrodites?
Hermaphrodites. The thing about a hermaphrodite is that's actually a biological thing. So it's a real thing, and all that is it's a mutation. So a hermaphrodite actually does have one of the two genders in their chromosomes. So a hermaphrodite will be a guy, but something went wrong during baby making process, and now that guy has a vagina as well. So it's all comes down to chromosomes and genes. Bet you didn't know that hermaphrodites actually had one whole gender.
So the only chromosomes are male and female, and nothing else.
Yeah, X and Y.
Yeah.
Yep. What's your opinion on what are your thoughts on the two genders argument?
Two genders or more than two genders?
More than two genders, I mean.
I believe that there's only two genders, but everything else after that is a mindset. I don't know how the hell it's possible for you to have 63 different genders. Like, I saw fucking pictures, and there was like a guy, but with the fucking hand of a woman. Like, what the fuck? The fuck? Like, that's not how the fuck it works. First of all, like, did you sever a woman's hand and just put it on yours? No.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, you could do that, but I'd advise heavily against it. Don't chop off your hands, basically.
I think I believe the same thing as you, and it just, when it comes down to it, you have to think about it like logically and scientifically, and yeah. I don't want to get all repetitive because you already said all of it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
I'll give you another topic because I did kind of go over most of that one. What are your thoughts on modern day third wave feminism?
I was going to ask you that earlier, but I decided not to. I mean, feminism. We already went over equality,
Yeah.
and I can't really explain but I believe that there could be feminists, but I don't. Some feminists want more rights than guys do. That's borderline sexism
Yeah.
because they think that women are like better than men. But feminism is all about men and women equality. But I think they're not grasping that concept.
Yeah. I think
And
that ties into, there was this argument about how because of how black people have been treated in America, they should get a tax relief. Like an all around, I think it was like 10% off their taxes, and or adding like a few, I think it was like 5 or 10% more to white people's taxes in a way to kind of give back to blacks. In my opinion, that is probably a way to just pretty much turn back time and only make people hate each other more. But what do you think about that?
Wait, so what are you asking me?
What I was curious about is there's this argument that I saw about how black people should either, one, get 10% off their taxes for how they've been treated throughout American history, and or charge white people more, or raise their tax rates if they're white.
Okay, that's racism, first of all.
Yeah.
There's still very much racism in this country.
Yeah.
You can't deny that.
Right.
It's very looked down upon to be racist. Like, incredibly now. Like, I like watching a lot of videos of like racist people getting the shit beat out of them, and if they are like that, everyone just fucking hates them.
Yeah.
It's very looked down upon in this age, and I don't think that it's that big of a problem anymore. Although it still is a thing, I don't think
It's at the level that it used to be.
not nearly at that level in America at least. But
Yeah.
like, how do I say it? No, I do think it's shitty the way that they've been treating, and I don't like it at all. But I don't think that they should.
Should get a tax relief.
Yeah, like maybe even if that was the thing, I wouldn't mind if they got something and they got like tax reduction. But the fact that we would get like increased, that's kind of fucked.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think that would only make the two sides hate each other more.
Oh yeah, I think that'd make racism a little bit worse.
Yeah. And honestly, I think in the last few, like throughout the 21st century, racism has actually gotten worse since like the 90s and 80s, in my opinion. Simply because we've been so pushed and divided away from each other.
Yeah.
Due to things like a lot of politics nowadays are separated by race, although originally politics are based on opinions, not race, or if you're a guy, female, black, white, whatever. Politics are meant to be opinions and how government should be run, not if you're a Democrat, you're obviously going to be a black person, or if you're a Christian, you're obviously going to be a Republican. that kind of thing. I feel that mindset is only dividing people more.
Yeah. Do you
So,
think that I know we already talked about religion earlier, but do you think religion should be a thing at all?
well, I think at some points religion has done good, but at others it has done horrible. And I mean quite a bit of others. Because one, religion has stopped a lot of science and advancement, mainly being Christianity, and two, religion has claimed way far many two lives, mainly being Islam. That to me outweighs any of the benefits. The fact that so many people have died over beliefs, religious beliefs, unproven beliefs, to me, I think it would be a better world without it. And the fact that science would be able to progress better and quicker. Although, then again, the progression of science could be dangerous, where we get too advanced and start doing things that end up only hurting our species in the end. Such as if we go along with playing with people's genetic makeup, maybe it works well at the beginning, then we say try to do fancy shit like take the genes from a world-class runner like Usain Bolt's genes and inject it into a kid, and either one, he comes out a world-class runner, or two, let's just say he comes out and he's all fucking deformed. There's ups and downs to science, and I feel that there has to be some sort of happy medium between crazy fucked up stuff and then medieval, no one's allowed to do basic science that would do good for people.
Well, I mean, still, science is mostly trial and error. So if we know that genetic modification doesn't work, then we won't try it again. Therefore, another advance, and we'll keep going further. So I don't really see a benefit in religion. The only benefit I see is that it makes people feel more secure
Yeah,
in life. But even then, fucking accept the truth.
right. One thing I do find annoying about religion is just the occultism that I see a lot of. The way everyone kind of conforms to the idea that free thinking is evil. The idea that thinking for yourself and taking pride in what you do is evil.
Mm-hmm.
Or thinking outside of the ways of a book can be evil. That kind of thing.
Mm.
Oh, here's a spicy question for you. Would you rather live in a world run by only Muslims or a world run by only Christians?
I mean, fucking hell. Christian, because we'd have more rights.
That's true. I'm gonna have
It
to go
would.
with.
Wait, keep going.
No, I want to hear what you're saying.
I mean, we're already mostly run by Christianity. It's just people have a choice. So, say everyone, or just the whole world is run by just Christianity and a Christian government.
Yeah. Whereas now we have, you know, democracy in a republic. It would be a
Okay,
theocracy because right now the government isn't run by Christianity. It's run by a republic, not a theocracy.
okay. So I need to ask something about your question. Is
Yeah.
everyone Christian, or does everyone have their own opinion still? We're just run by Christians.
Everyone is Christian.
Okay, then we'll be at peace, but we wouldn't get very far.
Pretty much. I would have to go with Christianity simply because the whole Islam thing. Life would suck if you're a woman in a whole Islam country.
Yeah. Like, badly.
It'd be just absolute ass to live in one of those places. Also, a place run by Christians would be much easier for someone to be gay than a place run by Muslims, simply because most Christians don't take the I think it's, why am I drawing a blank? The Old Testament as heavily as they do the New Testament. Whereas, say, because in the Old Testament it was a lot more hardcore, where it straight up said kill gay people, whereas the New is like, it's not okay, but you don't gotta fucking kill them. Whereas the Quran never had any reform, so it still says that you must kill them. Whereas at least the Bible had some sort of reform that, chilled the fuck out. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's fucked up, but that's what they believe in. And that's what most of the women believe in, too. It may not be fucking good for them, but it's what they believe in still.
Well, they don't really have a choice to believe in it, I don't think. The women, that is.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because women over there really aren't allowed to, speak their minds. In the sense that if you have a wife, she can't talk back to you. It's very old style. Like it'd be the same way if the year was 1917 in, say, I don't know, Austria. What's your opinion on news and how news is run nowadays?
Give me an example of what news source.
Any news, in general, how news is done nowadays. What do you think about the mass majority of mainstream news?
I want to have actual fucking news, and I don't opinions. I want to know what the fuck's going on, and I don't want any bullshit.
Yeah.
To be run by any main,
political parties.
Republicans, liberals. I don't want it to be ran by that. I want it to give me news and what's going on and what's important, and I don't give a fuck if Trump is breathing. Nor do I care about stuff like that. I want action, and I want it to be important. I don't care about everything else.
Yeah.
See, I don't personally like Trump. I don't like how he does things, but he's not nearly as bad as the media portrays him as.
Yeah, it's like he takes a foot outside. He steps a foot outside of his door, and it's just instantly rapes 17 women, causes 3 wars.
Yeah. That's my opinion.
I agree with some of the things he says, but a lot of things I do see are kind of fucking retarded and uninformed, and I do see that he lies quite a bit. But in general, I do believe that the media they grab at fucking nothing just to fuck with them. Allegations or even claims or rumors they'll grab at because they really don't have that much to poke at them with. In news in general, I don't really I'm with you on the fact that I don't want all Republican news or all Democratic news. That's why I won't go to ABC or Fox News.
I just want borderline news.
Oh, what's your opinion on CNN?
See, I'm liberal, but I'm not that liberal.
Yeah. So would you classify yourself as more like a 1960s style liberal more than a 2000s style liberal?
Yes.
Okay. So
Today,
not like the
most of the liberals today call themselves liberals because they're just borderline feminazis and just people like that who don't know anything about anything and say, uh, I don't know. I'm not trying to start a fucking flame war in the comments or people in real life.
yeah. Because a lot of your opinions sound more to the right, are the modern day right in general, compared to modern day liberalism. But then again, that is today compared to yesterday.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't really trust CNN or
I don't.
MSNBC, Fox. I don't trust them. What about you?
I just see. I mean, yeah. I don't personally watch a lot of. I just read it off.
I
Like,
get a lot of it from Reddit. Simply because it's all just internet fucking shit
I
posters and such.
worse than CNN.
Hmm?
iFunny is a more reliable fucking source than CNN.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do like 2 more questions, and I gotta go to bed. Bailey's getting mad.
Yeah. I gotta go too. This video is like already at 41 minutes.
Yeah.
How about we do a fuck, marry, kill, just to end the video. So
You go.
I guess I'll go first. Fuck, marry, kill. Bill Gates, Steve
Marry.
Jobs, Warren Buffett.
Okay, wait. Repeat that again.
Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett.
Okay, so I'm gonna kill Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
Marry Steve Jobs because he's Bill Gates because he's just rich as fuck.
Right.
And for process of elimination, fuck Steve Jobs.
All right. Okay, give me one.
Okay, I'm gonna start off strong.
Oh
Hillary-
boy. Wait, what? What'd you say?
Okay, no, I'm not gonna say that. Okay,
Were you about to say Hillary Clinton?
yeah.
Okay, that's an instant kill.
Well, hear me out.
Okay.
Hold on, I don't even know if I'm gonna put her. Okay, I'm gonna do a would you rather.
All right.
Would you fuck the most fucking ugly woman ever? And she has a terrible personality. Or a very attractive guy with a great personality.
I'm not attracted to dudes.
But you have to pick one.
And you said only fuck, right?
Yeah.
If it's only a fuck, I'll go with the woman just because I don't really, mess with guys. But if it was like marry, I would go with the dude. Simply because I don't want to spend a lot of my life with someone with a shitty personality.
That's true.
I just thought of a good fuck, marry, kill for both of us to end it off. Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, and or Sarah Palin.
And or.
Yeah.
Okay, you answer first.
All right. Well, marry Trump because he has a fuck ton of money. And it doesn't mean I have to fuck him either. He'll just like move on to the next wife. Kill Hillary because I would rather stick my dick in a wall socket than her. And fuck Sarah Palin, although the kid might be autistic. I'm a dick. Her kid in real life is autistic.
Um. Okay, I'm gonna go with marry Hillary Clinton, not because I like her or anything, but because the sole reason she's female.
Mm.
Kill Trump and fuck Sarah Palin because I don't like her, but she's just. I just don't care.
You don't.
She's.
I.
I don't
She's.
know.
Do you know who Sarah Palin is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I was about to say, holy shit.
Governor of Alaska, but
Anyways, thanks for being on the Cancer Cast.
oh no.
What?
Okay, so I looked up pictures of Hillary Clinton, then Donald Trump, then Sarah Palin, and now there's a picture of her in a bikini, and I'm not okay.
Which one?
What?
You said her. Are you talking about Hillary or Sarah Palin?
Sarah Palin. I would just bleach my eyes if I saw Hillary.
I think I'd go with the bullet to the head route if I saw Hillary more than bleach. I feel bad for Bill. Am I the only one who like feels a deep pain for Bill? Anyways, thanks for being on the podcast. If you want to check out Antonio's other great meme-tastic content, click the link in the description down below. It'll be to his Instagram and all that shit.
Dude, I'm
Pretty
gonna
cool.
get so much shit for this video. Just so
I
you
don't-
guys, I'm very uneducated, so don't take any of this seriously.
Oh yeah, it's all for shits and gigs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, peace out. Thanks for watching.